Overthinking is like when you have a headache and you start putting your symptoms into Google and it tells you that you have a brain tumor. Or overthinking is like a house cat and you're treating it as if it is a man-eating lion. Overthinking is a story that we tell ourselves about what if while we ignore what actually is. Like, is it really that bad? But our mind will make us believe that it is. So today I'm going to be explaining to you not only why do we overthink, but what you can actually do about it. Because I know that, myself included, a lot of teens and young adults deal with this. It's time for you to take a test and you're just panicking. You're like, what if I fail? What if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? Ah! And then you get the test in front of you and boop, all the stuff you studied, don't remember that no more. All the preparing, all the tutoring, you can't remember nothing. So, overthinking is like the symptom of a deeper issue, which in our case is stress. It is fear. Sometimes, however, the reason why we overthink is because past experience. Someone might be afraid that they're going to fail a test because in the past they failed the test. So their mind goes, what if the thing that has happened in the past happens again? Or what if I ask that person out and they reject me because in the past somebody rejected me? So in this case, our overthinking is actually us looking at the current moment through a past filter. And if you look at the present moment using the past as a filter, it causes you to not see what is actually in front of you because you're stuck behind you. The last reason that we're going to mention, and this is a reason why very rare do you hear people talk about this. Lack of self-trust. A lot of the reason why we overthink and we try to be perfect and we try to get it right every single time is because not only are we stressing ourselves out, not only are we looking at the present moment using a past filter, but we haven't taken enough action to build up the trust that I can figure things out. It's kind of like if you were driving a car. Imagine you're driving a car and you're constantly worried, what if I crash? What if I crash? What if I crash? What if I crash? You're probably going to end up crashing the car because you keep saying, what if, what if, what if, what if, what if? And that causes us to start overthinking it. And we get stuck in here in what if. And this is where we have all those fantasies of things like failing, getting rejected, getting into a car crash. What if? And when we take action, we go from what if to what is / happened. This is the solution to overthinking. The more that you take real action and the more that you actually do something, now you're not thinking about what if, you're thinking about what actually happened. The problem that a lot of people can run into here is that now they start overthinking what actually happened. So let's say you ask that person out and you're like, what if they reject me? But regardless, you still go over and you say something. They say, yes, I do want to go on a date with you. So what actually happened? It went good. But then we start overthinking, well, what if it goes bad? What if they don't show up? What if they ghost me? What if this? What if that? So, between what actually happened and us thinking about what happened is a little space. And it's in this space where we decide. To decide is to cut off all other options. It is to say, this is what it is. So, when that person says yes to you, you say, oh, this could go really good. Like, what if it goes amazing? What if it goes incredible? What if everything goes right? And it's not being delusional. It is deciding, if I'm going to think about something, I'm going to pick what I'm going to think about. I'm going to pick the direction that my mind goes. Your brain is kind of like a horse. If you don't tell it where to go, it'll just stomp all around. It'll kick, it'll run, it'll tear up people's lawns. It is a wild animal. And you have to decide, what do I want it to focus on? What do I want to put all of this energy towards? Because when you don't decide where you want your mind to go, it'll go in the craziest what-if scenarios ever. So, how do we solve overthinking? With action. We go from what if to what actually is, and then after we take an action, we decide, I did my part, what do I want to think about? Where do I want to focus my attention? And the more you do this, the better you get at it. The more that you practice this, the easier it becomes. At first, it might feel really difficult, but then the next time, it's slightly easier, and then a little easier, and a little easier. And before you know it, you overthink a whole lot less because you know it's not even that bad. Like, unless it is a real emergency, unless it is something truly serious, unless it is something that is life or death, unless it is something that is like really upsetting, it's not that bad. Most of our problems are way worse in our head than they are in reality. Like I said at the start of the video, it's as if our brain will overthink, and the problem is a house cat. But our brain makes us think, what if it's a lion? And we get wrapped up in the story that our mind tells us, and we start ignoring what actually is. With that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let me know what you think. If you're looking for a podcast guest or a speaker for your school or youth organization, you can contact me at lawrence@lawrenceharris.com. Have a good one.